Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at the official trailer number 2 for WANDAVISION. This is from Disney Plus and Marvel Entertainment. If there's any copyright music that pops up, I'll probably lower the audio just to avoid copyright claims. Advance notice to you guys. I apologize in advance if that happens. Anywho, here we go. Right away, the monkeys.
Human one.
Of course, right away the music.
Unusual couple.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
We just don't know what to expect.
Cute.
Howdy, neighbors. Hey, man.
Who are you? I don't know.
What's going on?
I think something's wrong here.
Yeah, do you think?
This is our home.
Then let's fight for it.
Well, I think we handled that well.
All right. That looks like Wanda's ladder to me.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know that reference, I think most of you do, that's a reference to Jacob's Ladder, which is a film about a man who is basically playing out a story in his head while he's dying on the battlefield. And the medics are trying to revive him. So the whole film is basically taking place in his mind. There's also a John Cusack film that is similar where, was the bad guy from Daredevil the same actor? I don't know, but there's a movie about this guy who's got like 5 personalities or he's got multiple personality disorder, and the whole story's playing out in his mind, and it's the personalities battling it out.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it was a weird movie. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this?
No, I mean, it's looking really good to me. Like, I think I'm getting it a little bit more now, and I have to apologize. I'm not like super in depth with the Marvel world. I don't read the comics. I just enjoy watching the movies. So I don't know, maybe a lot of you guys already understand the premise for this, but it's, you know, with this trailer, it's becoming more apparent that, like you said, it is something that's happening in their head. It seems like they're trapped there, although I'm not sure why they would decide to want to save it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But whatever, I'm sure we'll find out in the show. And I mean, I like the characters, I like the actors. I'm a huge fan of Paul Bettany. I think he's awesome. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited because there's like a lot of stuff. Actually, Disney Plus is dropping a lot of trailers today, just kind of showing us what's coming up in the new year, and that's really exciting because Mandalorian's ending and I need something else to watch.
For the trivia fans who wanted to know what I was talking about, the John Cusack film I was talking about is called Identity. It's a mystery thriller. It's stranded at a desolate Nevada motel. During a nasty rainstorm, 10 strangers become acquainted with each other when they realize they're being killed off one by one. And it's all taking place inside the killer's head. And so he's trying to kill off his different personalities. As he's being, I don't want to say too much more than that, but
that sounds cool.
Yeah, I already said a lot.
And it's also directed by James Mangold, who did the Wolverine film.
There you go.
There we go.
So yeah, I would imagine that this is a similar premise, at least at, you know, initially that's what it seems to look like. Everything's going on in her head and she's losing her mind. I think fans in the comments of my previous reaction were saying that she's just so traumatized from the loss that this is how she's dealing with it.
Right. Okay, well then that would make sense as to why she's like, okay, we gotta, you know, keep it.
Right.
Yeah.
She's just trying to hold on to it in the way that she knows. And her and Vision never really had a proper romance or something like that. And it's like, I think that people were saying in the comments how he had a vision of like a particular kind of like, you know, that old-fashioned American romantic relationship.
Right.
And they never really had that. And so that's what's sort of playing out in her head here. And I think the show is about her call back to reality.
Yeah, probably.
You know?
I mean, most likely. And you've got like other characters in there, you know, like Monica Rambeau and whatever. So, you know, it's like, what are they doing there too? They must be there as like part of her vision or something. But it is really interesting. And then you also get that kind of little cute whimsical feel.
Absolutely.
Because they're doing a really good job of emulating those old, what is it, like 50s shows that this is based on. Like it's just really, really quite delightful.
I suppose a more recent reference would be like Black Mirror or something like that. I
Right.
recall an episode where these two people were like on this dating app thing, and like you had to be with a person for a certain amount of time, and then you just got pulled apart. And these, like,
I don't remember
it was
that
based on the
episode.
app. And so eventually they found their way back to each other and escaped this world. And then they found out that, you come to find out at the end of the episode that that's all this like drama is taking place within the app to figure out which two people should end up together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
it's something like that. But and so this feels very Black Mirror-ish to me in that she's, you know, fighting within her own mind. And it's like she has such a powerful one that it makes sense that she'd basically be battling herself through and through during the entirety of this show. And I think this also speaks to what we deal with on a psychological level with ourselves, where, you know, you kind of lose your mind a little bit when you lose somebody. It does so much damage to you emotionally, mentally, that you're just wrestling through it. And I wonder if on some level this is sort of taking her through the 5 stages of grief, in a way of her like coming to terms with what has happened.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. Kind of like Rocket Man or something. You know? I mean, there was a bit of that in that film, right? There was a bit of that element in there of just like going through the 5 stages of grief and figuring out how to like basically, because the first stage is always denial, isn't it?
Yes.
And then going from there. And so it's very apparent, at least from this, you know, from these trailers, that she's in some kind of denial of reality. It's like she's in another time entirely that, you know, it just doesn't add up. But I do like the nods to the old TV shows. I think it's really, really cute. You get the I Love Lucy and the I Dream of Jeannie in there, where like she sort of like brings the beds together. And so you have the combination of the two, because it looked like something out of I Love Lucy,
Yes.
but the magic of I Dream of Jeannie.
Yes.
And so that's really, really cute. And I'm with you. I think that following Mandalorian's conclusion for this season, we need more stuff.
Yeah.
And so, you know, diving back into the Marvel universe with this is pretty darn cool. And then seeing where her character goes and what she's dealing with. And so, yeah, this is a very, very interesting struggle. Like initially at the outset, I wasn't super stoked about this particular one.
Me neither.
But the more trailers that we see from it, the more excited I get. And the more I realize what it's exploring, the more excited I get, because it's very fundamentally different from anything we've seen, not just with this character, but what I feel like has been done so far with Marvel films and shows and whatnot. I feel like this is quite different.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's exciting. Anyways, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed some of that. Please let us know your feelings on this. If we missed any details, any Easter eggs that you could point out to us, we'd love to be told about that and schooled in the comments below.
Yes.
I have no problem being told how much we suck. So do let us know. Check out ACHARA KIRK. She's on the social media, and she has her own YouTube channel, youtube.com/ACHARA. Subscribe here, bell icon, all notifications, please. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I am Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.